one of our brides said, oh, this is decorator she wants to use. So we ran a background check, quick background check. At that point, we're like, oh, please, could we see his Instagram handle because we do not know him? And she quickly called him and said, oh, please, what's your Instagram handle? My planner wants to see what you've done. And then so he sent it. Maybe it took him some time. He sent it, and then I opened the page. And then unfortunately for him, some of the pictures he just posted, I think he quickly, posted some pictures were not his pictures.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and I'm like, no, this event I was there. This event was this planner. So he didn't do this job.
It is good to be back here with you. My name is Timothy Kunat, and welcome to the Just That podcast. It's been 1 week. How have you been? What has been happening? I know that, running business and running a brand, doing what you're doing, I know that it can be a bit challenging, but I see you. You're doing amazing. And if you needed to hear this from anybody, take it from me. You're doing amazing. I am rooting for you. And I know that even if you're facing a little bit of a challenge or a difficult time right now, it will not last forever. You're just about to hit that gusher where everything gets good again. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for constantly tuning in. Thank you for constantly listening in. Every single time you join me here, I feel fulfilled. I feel like I'm not wasting my time. I feel like we're building something together. And because we are building something together, thank you so much. It is an amazing, amazing privilege that I have today to be with you and to have the guests that I have today on the podcast. But before we get into all of that, you guys know the drill now. Yeah, if you're new here, welcome, welcome. I'm celebrating you. I'm giving you, I'm clapping for you and all of that. Welcome. This is the Just That podcast with Timothy Kunat. And I want you to do 4 things for me. The first thing is to hit the subscribe button because, of course, we need this to get as far as it should, right? Hit the subscribe button, click share. Share it with your friends, your family, your work colleagues, everybody. If you have enemies, share it with them. Maybe it will make them your friends after this, right? Share it as far as possible. Hit the like and leave a comment. I want to know where you're watching this from. I want to know what part of the stories and what part of the conversation resonates with you. I want to know what we are doing right and what we are doing wrong. Share it all in the comment section. I will be looking forward to reading your comments and engaging with you in the comment section. All right. Thank you. I know you're going to do it, right? You'll do it. You're doing it already. Thank you. Okay, so today's guest is someone who is really interesting. I started having a conversation with her before we came on set, and I'm just like, yo, let's just pause because this has to get on the podcast. Everybody needs to hear this. You cannot talk about the event space here in Plateau State and even beyond Plateau State, beyond, I'm talking most part of this North Central region and even beyond that. But you cannot talk about the event space without talking about her and the brand that she has built. Events are a critical part of our everyday lives. We celebrate. Even when we mourn, they have to be part of every part of our lives, right? And so today I have with me Chalya Wuyep. She is the founder of 601 Events, and it's really such a joy to have her here. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Awesome. I'm excited to have you here and to learn a bit about the things that you've built with the journey and the things that you've built so far with 601. And I'm sure that this is going to be an interesting ride. Hey, if you are in the event space, you cannot skip this video. You cannot skip this podcast. All right. So share this, and let's get on board. Okay. So, when I started thinking about this episode, I think the first thing I wanted to ask before we talk about events and the brand you've built, which is amazing, by the way, is who really is Chalya?
Chalya is a daughter, a mother, a sister, an event planner, a journalist,
Oh, you are?
a good friend. Yes, I am.
Interesting.
Yes, so that is who Chalya is.
Amazing. Now, what brought you to events? Because now you've talked about the fact that you're a journalist, so
Yes, I
that's probably where your background lies, right?
Yes.
So how did you find yourself in events? Walk us through the before and the journey into
Okay.
getting into events.
Okay. So events started. Okay, so I started a page called Just Weddings and Events that nobody knew nobody knew that I handled the page. So basically, I saw the whole Bella Niger and saw a lot of, wedding blogs, taking weddings and taking, so I'm like, what's happening on the plateau? How come nobody's taking our weddings and, all that? So I got married in 2015. So before then, maybe like some months before I got married or a year before I got married, I started building this page. I'm like, I'm going to post my wedding pictures on this page. I don't care if Bella Niger takes my wedding or not, but I will post my wedding pictures. And after the wedding, I posted a lot of our pictures, a lot of weddings that happened in Jos, events that happened in Jos, and all that. And then we started getting buzz on the page, like, oh, hello, please can you recommend the photographer for me? Please can you recommend a DJ? We kept doing that. And they'll come back and say, oh, thank you, you recommended this photographer, he was really good. And then we kept posting, we asked photographers for pictures and we kept posting pictures and all that. And then I think I ran that for maybe 2 years or so. A lot of people didn't even know it was me. People just kept, chatting and didn't know it was me. Not until, I think one of my colleagues she was getting married and I'm like, oh, I could put your wedding together. And she came to the house. We had a meeting. I think her budget was a decent budget. Decent. But we put everything together and she was like, oh, Charlie, I feel so relieved after having this meeting with you. Wow. I was able to manage the funds for her, and then we came to Jos, had the wedding. And on that day, I went for the wedding alone. I didn't have like any team member at that time. I just did everything by myself. I was the bridal assistant myself. I was the project manager. I did everything myself.
Wow.
And so after the wedding or during the wedding, I had a lot of comments. Oh, the wedding was so organized. The wedding was beautiful. Oh, well done. I had a lot of compliments. And then I told myself, I was like, oh, I think it was from that wedding that I knew that, I was doing what was right, basically. And then that was how 601 started. It was in April 8 years ago.
Wow.
So that was how 601 started. And from there, we started having referrals. So from the Just Wedding page, we started having clients from there. And then that's how we built the brand.
Wow. Is the Just Wedding page still operational?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Yes, but not as active as 601. But yes, it is. It's still there and we still post. Yes, it is.
Wow. So what does 601 mean?
Okay, it's weird, but okay, so 601 is basically me seeing the time. So I wake up in the morning, I see 601. In the evening, I see 601. If you have like odd numbers around, I could easily just point at 601. So it's crazy. And I used to tell my husband, I'm like, I see this time every time. It's weird.
Wow.
So I used to love photography. And he was like, oh, when you have your photo studio, you could name it 601. And so when this event thing came, we're like, oh, so we could just name it 601.
601.
And yes.
Amazing. I don't even know whether to say this here, but the day I DM'd your page, I don't know if it was you that responded or your manager, but the response came at 6:01, and I'm just like, whoa, what kind of coincidence is this?
Yes.
It was 6:01 a.m. because I woke up that morning and then to check my notification. I'm like, okay, and I just looked at the time, 6:01.
So the number just works for me.
Great. Now, did you always have like a flair for planning events, maybe as a young girl, somebody, or maybe growing up seeing
Yes.
events and always wanting to do
Yes,
that kind
so
of
I
stuff?
would say my father. So my father was one who would go for events and can't sit down. He would make sure everything is going well.
Wow.
And then we're used to celebrations in the house because I don't think till my father died or till I got married, there was no birthday ever that I didn't celebrate.
Wow.
There was no birthday that I didn't have a cake. So my dad would celebrate birthdays for my siblings and I. And so we're used to all those celebrations and making sure that things were, apt and all that. So I watched him organize things. I watched him make sure that, things went well. And also I would say from him, he was the planner. He was the main planner in the house.
Wow. What, so it means that just observing him, you got some of those traits from him.
Yes.
The power.
And then even when he was alive for my events, before he died, he was like, he could wear the shirt and come and make me. So he would meet me at events just to make sure that things are going well. He would charge my gadgets for me, like my walkie-talkies and all, make sure the ushers' uniforms are, well ironed and all that. Like he was very particular even while I was, doing the events and all. He would come sometimes and make sure that, everything is going on okay.
You sound like a daddy's girl.
Yes.
So what was the very first event like for you? You talked about, this your friend that you helped to plan the wedding. Did you execute the entire project?
Yes.
So what was it like? It's because it's one thing to sit down and talk about it on paper, but now in the room with everything going on, probably caterer forgot meat and DJ forgot to bring something, and I don't know, maybe there was no lights. I mean, these things happen. What was it like, that first event, and how did you handle it?
Okay, so it was a lot, and because from the beginning, I was a self-trained planner, so it's not like I had a lot of experiences before time. Yes, I gathered a lot of experiences during the process. I was the bridal assistant, so in the morning, of course, I went there to make sure she was okay. So unlike now that I have my team members where I do not have to start from the bride's location, I could just go to the venue first. I had to do all of that. Like I had to be moving and making sure that everything was okay. The food, I probably didn't have the right knowledge on how to, distribute the food. It just happened. Somehow it was a good event, but not like the whole process. It's not like I put in the entire techniques to it, but somehow it just came together. You understand? So I think the hall was very hot. If I was planning that event now, I would have, suggested, let's get additional fans and, just little things that would have changed.
In this few years, or in these many years, between when you started and now, what has changed in the way you have done the business?
A lot has changed. And I think that the major thing for me is my team involvement. I can go to sleep now with the kind of team that I have. Yes, I have like an amazing team. So I would have challenges before because I was basically handling everything
By
myself.
yourself.
Talking to the clients myself, making sure, but now it's easier. We're more responsive because I'm not the only one at the back end. You could be talking to me, you're talking to, just like how you said, you're not sure if it was me you were chatting with or, maybe the manager and all that. So that has been like one of the greatest things that I think I've done, structuring. Structuring has been amazing, and yes, I would say that it has been very relieving knowing that you have a good structure to, run an event. I do not have to be at an event when an event is ongoing. I do not have to.
You have the
Today is
structure.
Saturday and I'm with you. But from here I'm going to see what's going on. But yes, everything is already, going on well.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like the fact that you brought about structure, because it is one of the things that a lot of business owners, especially young business owners, find challenging or probably don't even put in place, structure. You are the alpha and omega of your business. You are the one who picks the calls. You're the one who does this. You're the one who does every single thing. And you realize that people begin to burn out. People begin to, forget things because, of course, you can't be everywhere, right? How what amount of intentionality have you put into, because of course you said you have a team, but from the recruitment, from the what was how can you run us through the intentionality behind every single recruitment or every single person that you've now brought onto your team?
So the thing is, so for me, and then I think one of my staff has said it, I do not go for like already made. Most times I train my staff myself.
yourself.
They come and they're like novice. They don't know jack about the event space. So one of the things that works is when you come, you're in the ushering department first, and then from there you get moved to the coordinator part. And then for the ones that work very closely with me, like my assistants and all that, they come and they don't know jack. I know there's one of my staff, Joyce, she's been with me for over 6 years. Yes, and there are times when she moved to Abuja and we're having conversations, or when she was having the training, there are times where she would cry, where she would feel like whatever she's doing, is not being appreciated and all that. But today she tells me that, she's the one saying it. She's like, boss, I can see the impact you've had, in me and all that. Yeah. So basically, that's it. I start from the scratch and train you the way I want you. So if you see Joyce, if you see Pelumi, if you see some of my staff, you see them act like me during an execution. Because they know that, okay, this is how we want it to be, and it has to be that way.
What has helped you with competition? Because I know the event space is very competitive, but somehow 601 stands out really well, right? Especially if we're talking about here. What has helped you with competition? What have you done differently that has made the brand different and stand out the way it does?
Okay, so for me, I do not see it as a competition. Or I do not see my colleagues as competitors. I see them, I see it more as collaboration as against competition.
Competition.
Yes. So my hands can be full and I can call one of my colleagues and say, oh, are you available on this day? And they come. I've collaborated a bit with some of my colleagues here in Jos. Yes, we have. So if I feel like, oh, I'm having, maybe the guest trend that it's maybe overwhelming and I have to bring people on board, I will. So I do not see it as a competition. That's it.
Yeah.
So because when you see it as a competition, then that's when it's not healthy. So I see you as my colleague and let's work together.
Yeah. Is that the secret to the success that you're experiencing?
To me, because for me, I don't hold anybody in mind. Let's get this done. I don't even hoard my knowledge and all that. If you call me and you want to know how this is done and all, and I think, to some extent, I have a very good relationship with, the planners here in Jos. Yes, we talk and all that.
So in managing vendors, because of course, you're basically the project planner, all right? So you're working with various units to ensure that the entire event turns out successfully. How do you go about managing the various people? Do you have, of course, maybe by now you have people that are always with you, but like in the initial times, right, how did you navigate through the various bits and pieces of everything that had to come together to form a successful event?
Okay, so I would say I'm actually very, very happy and very, impressed with our plateau vendors now. Before, I would get some vendors from Abuja to come into Jos to plan it to, some of the vendors just to have a good production. But I do not have to do that now because it's not even easy. Yes, which is great. So that's a very good news, because I would run a production now without bringing any vendor
from anywhere else.
We have become that good in Jos. Light company, good. Decoration, good. All our vendors are doing well. Except in cases where the clients are insisting, oh, okay, I think I want this vendor, or I want that vendor, or I'm particular about my makeup and I want this makeup artist to come, or I want this MC. And of course, you have every right to want to have anybody you want on board. But we try at least 90%. Most times we have events, or now we can even run 100%. The event we're having, we do not have anybody coming from anywhere but Jos. And so that has been a good thing. So based on the challenges we had to do a lot of work. Before they didn't understand some things. Like when you say, oh, come for vendors meeting, they're not coming because they don't understand what vendors meeting is. But vendors meeting is a place where, you're discussing the event before the event, things that can be avoided on the event day, So they later started understanding that, okay, vendors meeting is actually important, because the caterer will come and you're like, okay, this is where you're setting up. Or the MC, there's some questions that he could ask the couple, things like that. So it made production easier. And now we have vendors understanding these things, and they have improved. We have all improved. And so we would run a production without having to bring any third party.
Great. This is exciting to hear.
Yes.
This is really exciting to hear, because it just shows that there's increased capacity here. There's, people are training and retraining and getting better at their craft and ensuring that they're meeting like global standards. But on a wide scale, how would you analyze or rate the event space, especially here on the plateau?
We're trying. We're doing our best, to be honest. We've brought in a lot of things that usually, just like I said, we'll have to bring in vendors from Abuja.
Yeah.
So you would say that we're very intentional now. Do you understand? The after party is on point. They're bringing in things that, the Lagos people are bringing. It's not even about the Abuja standard now, right? So you see an after party in Jos and it's like, wow. Where we have some of our guests, they have some of our clients have some of their guests from like Lagos and all. And we're like, wow, I didn't expect I'll have that after party in Jos. I didn't expect I was going to have that event in Jos. So I think that the vendors are intentional now. And then we are, changing the narrative. Even in terms of payment, before you tell clients to pay maybe a decorator a certain figure and they don't understand why they should be paying that amount. But because value, now they understand the value, and then it's fine. They make that payment to vendors and that's it. So I think that, yes, the event space has
gotten a lot better.
It has.
I've had this idea for a while about, because I know that there is there's a trend right now. People are doing more outdoor weddings, garden themed weddings, that kind of stuff. And I've had this idea about marketing Jos as an outdoor wedding destination. What do you think about it?
Beautiful.
How can we sell it?
Let's sell it. It'll be beautiful.
Because we have like the scene, the scenery, the hills.
Imagine in what they call it. What's this place in low cost? The zoo, the
wildlife park.
The wildlife park. Those trees?
Yeah,
those
the whispering pine trees.
Yes. Like imagine having a beautiful outdoor wedding there. I'm looking for a client who would
do that.
Yes, who would do that.
Yeah, so this, because I'm just thinking about how do we merge, the uniqueness of this place with the growing trends in the event space. That also brings me to the next question. I know that 601 is very big on innovation, right? Bringing certain innovative ideas to the event space. What drives you in that direction of innovation, especially in an area where maybe other people are not thinking about it, or it's not common? But you guys seem to have that thing for doing new things or doing the uncommon things that gets people's attention?
You have to do something different every time. Because if you're doing the same thing, it's the same thing, it's the same thing. So you just have to do something different. But we also listen to what our clients want. And we love when clients come and say, okay, we love challenging clients. We love clients that are not the norm. They come and say, oh, this is what I want. I tell my clients, I'm like, if you want to come off from the roof, let us know, it can happen. Yes. If you want us to open the roof and you come down from the roof, we can make it happen. So there are clients who say, who tell you that, they don't want to dance, the aisle is too long. And then if we do the whole like screen opening, it's okay, we can do stuff like that. So you don't do the same thing over and over and over again. You want to do something different, just have different experience, like they should have, because weddings can be sometimes boring. It's the same thing. You come, you eat small chops,
they dance,
you're dancing,
they dance,
first dance.
MC makes some jokes here and there. You are waiting for your plate of food to get to your table so that you can eat and then go. So you can
eat and all that. But I think that one of the things that has also made us stand out is find the organization, because we know the right thing to do, and we can guests. We've handled over 2,000 guests. Now, and we have, so, and we organize it well. You have those number of people, and then everybody is eating. Everybody has eaten. That's very important to us.
In Nigerian setting, it's important.
It's very important, because I'm like, people leave their house and they come, they're not comfortable. That's not, it's not accepted. So yes.
If you were to, okay, I'll ask this one next.
It's fine.
But what is one of the most memorable events you've planned, especially something that you probably used a lot of energy, time, innovation, and it came out beautiful?
One of the most memorable. There are a lot of memorable events, but one I would say is an event I had in December 2018. It was memorable because I think that was the first time I handled a 2,000 guest event. And I think we did a good job. And the bride was amazing. She knew what she wanted also. And we were able to bring her imagination into life. And I would say that that's one of the events that propelled us also. Because after the exhibition and all, we had a lot of, calls, referrals, and all that. So I would never forget that event. In fact, Meet the Tap Guns, that's the event.
Oh.
Meet the Tap Guns. It was 2018. It was a beautiful event. I enjoyed working with the bride, the groom, the families. It was a beautiful event, and I'd never forget that event.
Now let me flip it and ask, what is the event that got to you, to your bones, that you feel like if I could, if I could wave a wand, I would erase this from the history of the events I have ever done? No, I mean, like I said, you don't have to call. Definitely, you don't have to call.
No,
names,
definitely,
but you
I
can
won't.
create the scenario, and how you handled it.
So the thing is, most times why these things happen is because clients do not listen. It's very important for clients to listen to their planners. It's very important. And that's why I say that, I tell my clients, I say, whoever you're bringing on board, we have to vet the person, because nobody wants to know if it's the groom or the bride or the family member that brought the caterer, the decorator, or any vendor on board. What they know is, once anything flops, it is the planner that they know. And that's it. So if you listen to your planner 100, you get better results. So I don't even know how to say this, but, they didn't listen to a lot of things we said. And a lot of things didn't go well. And the blame still came back
To you.
to us. It was terrible.
How terrible?
Very terrible. As terrible as I wish I didn't do the job. So now I listen to my instincts. If I'm not feeling the job, if I'm not feeling it, if I don't have that connect, I wouldn't even do it. And even midway, if I'm not feeling it and I feel like, okay, we're not compatible. I don't think it's everybody that you're planning events for that you're compatible with.
Yeah.
If I feel we're not compatible, I would rather just, would have a meeting and have a proper agreement and say, you know what, this is not working. I think we can, maybe find someone for you or something. Yes, it was bad. I felt so terrible.
It seems like you're feeling that feeling all over
That
again.
I'm feeling it. Like, I wish I didn't do that event.
So on the heels of that will come managing people, because events require that it's a lot of people in the room. It's a lot of people that you're interacting with. How do you manage people, especially clients? Because they're the ones that are paying the bill. You can spark for a vendor and say, why did you put this thing here? Why didn't you do this here? But for the client, especially when they've paid good, very good money, and you know that this person, what they are trying to do is nonsense. How do you really handle? Because example, in the Nigerian scene, there's the bride's mother that wants something, and there's the bride that wants something.
Yes.
Or even if it's not a wedding, it's another, maybe it's a birthday or a whatever. The family wants something, somebody else wants.
So you need to, well. So for me, to be honest, I've had good relationship. Maybe most part of my planning process, 90% or even 98%, has been an amazing role with my clients. And for me, I would say that it has always even been referrals. And I think that's because if we don't manage our clients well or handle them well, I don't think they would refer us.
Yeah.
So most times when people call, they'll be like, oh, this person referred or that person referred and all that. So our management, our relationship with our clients is top notch. Like, I would say it's good. We develop a good relationship. We understand who you are. There's some clients that don't want to be stressed. There's some clients that want to talk to you every day. They paid you.
Every day.
They want to be talking to you every day. So that's where structuring also comes in, where you're like, okay, so I think it's once in a week we have to talk. Or if it's far off, some clients would, engage you as far as 1 year before the event.
A whole year?
Yes, I had one who engaged me 13 months or 13 months before her event. It was December last year, and we started talking November the year before. So, people like that, you have to give them like timeline.
Wow.
Yes.
People take events seriously.
Yes, people do. So you're talking to people for the longest. So you build relationships because you're talking to someone for like 1 year, 6 months, so you build relationships. There's some people, like I said, every day they want to talk to you. Some people are, okay, fine, they're chilled, but you know how to manage people. We have some clients in diaspora and all that. Time zone different. But sometimes you have to. Sometimes I'll have to sacrifice and say, okay, yeah, please put a call through whenever, Sometimes I'm up 12, 1, 2, talking to some clients just so we're able to, meet up and all that. So basically the client management, that's the question, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so client management, you just have to understand your clients and then just manage them, manage their parents. Like the event we had yesterday, I think we're in charge of everything except the drinks. So I think the father was in charge of, he was in charge of the drinks. Please, sir, we're waiting for the drinks. We waited for these drinks forever.
Wow.
The drinks finally came, and then, sometimes trust issues and whatnot. We had somebody manning the drinks. Okay, you have to say, oh, please, I want to, stuff like that. So you definitely meet different, clients, but you just have to manage them well. Some people will tell you, oh, my mother wants to see you. My auntie wants to see you. Sometimes you may have meetings with like different people. My auntie wants to see you. My mom wants to see you. My uncle wants to see you. Please, let's go to the venue 100 times. So you have clients like that, but you have to manage them and just know how to, deal with it.
In this entire interactions, what are some of the biggest lessons that you've learned?
Biggest lessons. How do you mean?
For the business, for yourself as a person, right?
Okay.
Running this business in events, some of the things that are some of the most priceless lessons you've learned so far in this journey.
Okay.
Either from mistakes made or from certain exposures and all of that.
So I'd say that one of the most important thing is just start. To be honest, just start. That's one of the things I've come to realize. I didn't think that 601 was going to be where it is now. To be honest, I didn't think so. But the most important thing is once you start, no matter what business you're doing, once you start, you would gradually, you would get there.
Yeah.
That's one lesson that I've learned in life. Just start. And I say it.
Yeah.
So when you said, oh, that's like the title of your podcast, I'm like, yes, because that's it. And I keep saying it.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait till you've gathered all the experience, till you've just start. So that's one life lesson I know.
Awesome. The interesting thing about you and the brand you're on is the caliber of clients that you have. The caliber of clients that you have. How did you enter into this kind of niche, if I can use that word? Because 601 handles heavy events. Yeah, I mean, you walk into an event, whether it's the family, or, it's really, a lot of them are like really important. I mean, we met in Abuja some time ago, and it was a really, really important event, and you guys got to handle that event. How?
Well,
because somebody might be watching this and be thinking, okay, so I want to start this event thing, but I don't know any big man. I don't know any. Just
start.
In my. Be how
patient.
Is the
Start,
how?
Be patient. Be consistent.
Okay, so it's the consistency that brought you to these people.
Yes, and then referrals. To be honest, and the referrals is whatever you're doing, just do it well. Not minding. I say this thing, and people just look at it. It's not about the money. It's about the passion. Right. So the passion is the drive, and the passion I have for what I am doing. I love event planning. I love everything that has to do about events. So I put my heart to it, and I want to see it succeed. I'm at an event and I just want it to go well. I just want it to, I don't want anything going wrong. So I guess people see these things.
Yeah.
I guess they feel the impact afterwards. And then they refer and keep referring. Because that's it. I don't lobby any job, to be honest. But I think that's it. It's just maybe people see the dedication and say, oh, okay, this lady loves what she does. And that's it. I will be restless at an event if it's not going well. I will be. So basically, I think that's that. So it's the consistency. You have to be consistent. And just keep at it, and it will happen. Yeah, but I don't think there's any other
strategy.
secret. There's no strategy.
There was no strategy to say, okay, this is how we're going to target these people, and then they will pay us this number of billions.
In fact, ask most of them. A lot of people think we even charge higher. Please, off camera. They think we charge higher. Do you get? I don't know, but there are some people that go, how much did you charge? Like, oh, really? You understand? But I know that we've also raised the bar somehow, gradually every year. It keeps growing and all that. So, like I said, it's not about the money for me. It's about, okay, this is a project. I look at event planning as an architect, like an event planner as an architect. Yes, that's how I look at it. So this is a project you are working on. Yes, you're bringing vendors together, but what's the end goal? When people come, oh, this house is lovely. What happens? Who was your architect?
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah.
So there's no secret you're looking for that I have.
amazing. It's because I made him here in my notes to say I'm going to ask you like what's the strategy? Did you 5 steps to getting the big shots? But I mean, as you can hear from her, really just consistency and excellence. So that's what I hear from you, that the person who pours in excellence and passion into their craft, sooner or later they'll begin to attract the right people.
Yes.
Right? Because of course, from what you've said now, I then deduce that people come to these events, and then they pay attention, and then they ask, like you just talked about the architect, who planned this, and so it does show that you get very strong referrals.
Yes.
Referrals is the life has
Referrals.
become the lifeblood.
To be honest, referrals.
Great. I wanted to ask something very interesting. Between when a client reaches out to you and when the event happens, walk us through what the process looks like.
Okay. So
You're the architect. So
yes,
now
we're the architect.
we want to now know the mind and of the architect.
Okay, so basically, you reach out to us. We try to have a consultation with you, first of all, to understand the kind of event you want. We introduce ourselves, let you know everything we do, all our packages and all that. So based on the kind of event you want, number of guests and all that, of course, we charge you and all that. Then a project manager is assigned to you alongside me. So basically, we do this together, which is the structuring I was talking about. And then we do like vendor selections. Yeah, so vendor selection is bringing different vendors together. So we share some vendors with you. You have some vendors. So, but the first things first is we ask if you have some vendors you would want to work with.
Okay.
Yes, so if you do, we do a background check to be sure that this vendor can deliver. Just like I said earlier, nobody wants to know if it's the bride or groom who recommended, maybe the photographer or whoever,
It just falls on you at the end.
It falls on us. So we do a background check to be sure that this person can deliver. We've had a case before where, one of our brides said, oh, this is decorator she wants to use and all that. I'm like, oh, okay. So we ran a background check, quick background check. At that point, we're like, oh, please, could we see his Instagram handle because we do not know him? And she quickly called him and said, oh, please, what's your Instagram handle? My planner wants to see what you've done. And then so he sent it. Maybe it took him some time. He sent it, and then I opened the page. And then unfortunately for him, some of the pictures he just posted, I think he quickly, posted some pictures were not his pictures.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and I'm like, no, this event I was there, this event was this planner, so he didn't do this job. So this where the background check is very important. If I haven't worked with you, or if I didn't even see anything like that on his page and all, that is why we have colleagues. We could ask colleagues and say, oh, please, have you worked with this person before and all that? So they let us know. So we do a background check. We do like vendor selection, make sure you're comfortable with the vendors that you want to use and all that. We also recommend some. You can bring in the ones you're comfortable with. We can't object it except, in some cases where we see, okay, maybe our colleagues have said, oh, this person can deliver, this person has been blacklisted and, stuff like that. So after that, after the vendor selections and all that, then we start to do like payments. We've tried to retain the vendors by giving them some percentages to, retain them and all that. And then after that, we continue with meetings with our clients, discuss things like floor plan, decor inspirations. Oh yeah, we'd have discussed the decor inspirations, get, quotations from decorator, decor inspirations, floor plan, have vendors meetings, have meetings one or two times or more with our clients. They come over, we, have a review meeting basically with our clients, either virtually for some of our clients who are not in the country. We have like virtual meetings or, physical meetings. They come to the office and we run through everything again, song selections, menu selections, all this is the planning process and all that. Seating arrangements, we want to know,
Seating arrangements is critical. I've heard that it's
very
a cause
critical.
problem too.
Yes, so they're like two very technical things during events. So we have the seating arrangement and of course, when it comes to like food
Sure.
and all that, yes. basically. So that's like the whole process for, then we have the vendors meeting, maybe a few days to the event so that it's still fresh on the vendors' minds, where we talk about how the event would be. We talk about, everything, the flow of the event and all that. So for vendors who have questions, you throw it at us, we answer and all that. Some vendors don't know the venue, so the vendors meeting is usually at the venue. Yes, so you come so that we don't have on that day people are calling, oh, I'm looking for the venue
looking
or
for the
stuff like that.
place.
You've come before, so you know where it is.
Yeah.
You know where you're setting up. The cocktail vendor knows where he's setting up. The DJ knows where he's setting up. The live band knows where he's setting up and all that. So basically, that's it. That's like the entire planning process. Then in between, of course, meetings with, like I said, oh, please, my mom needs to see you. Oh, please, my dad needs to see you. Or they come to the office and all that. So we have such some of these clients sometimes.
Has the state of the economy in Nigeria over the recent years, has it affected the quality of events or the quality of events that people have contacted you for? Is it more or is it less, or are the budgets
People are getting married.
or more?
People are getting married.
So it
I think people
doesn't change.
It hasn't.
Wow.
I won't say. I think people already know that it's a wedding. They will spend.
They'll spend.
Do you understand? They will. But we are also considerate. And we also believe that there's a life after this wedding. We know there's a marriage. I tell my clients, I'm like, I believe that there's. So if you come and you have such reservations, and like, Chalya, this decoration is, I'm like, it's fine. Let's look for another option for you. So we would work around your budget, but you would still get a good event. So, so yes, I think it has, but somehow we would work around your budget for you to still have a good event. So we're not about, okay, because this is the A-class vendor and you must use the A-class vendor. So amongst our vendors, we have vendors that would deliver. So you don't have to charge so much to be able to deliver. So if we have such cases, we know like the right people to call and all that. Okay, don't worry. We can talk to this vendor or that vendor who equally do something good for you.
How would you describe the opportunities in this space, especially here in Plateau State and then in most parts of North Central, which you've done a lot of work in? How would you describe the opportunities? And are there certain gaps that you wish people would see and feel?
Well, the opportunity is, the event space is a beautiful space to be. And there's always space in something. Event planners can come up now and you get their weddings every other weekend. You get photographers will come up and yes, there are pictures you can take, even if it's not, you can take pre-wedding pictures, you can start from there. Do you understand? But like we said, just start and then be consistent. So, recently there was this thing like the content creation thing that just came up like in the event space.
Yeah.
They're cashing out now. Before it was, okay, please come, do videos for me. I think even before the content creation thing became a thing in the event space, I had already started, I already had someone who I had employed that was taking like videos for me and all that, because I used to do that. I know that was one thing. People loved our stories. They loved to watch our stories and all, because I see the progress on the story, right? So when I saw that, it was a little distracting even for me when I'm, trying to video and trying to coordinate events and all that. So I employed someone to do that. And then she was doing it. And then now that same person, how much are we paying? Like let me even say she's almost collecting the same amount planners are collecting.
Wonderful.
Do you understand? But that is something that the event space that just came up. And then the good thing is once, maybe things that people haven't really tapped into, when you notice it, the event space. So recently we just started rentals also on the plateau, because I noticed that, okay, fine, there are a lot of some rental things that all the clients want and we really don't have. And then we have to go find some things. We have to go and rent and bring and all that. So we started rental. So if you notice that there's some things, so the event space is opened for anybody. So it's a whole is a whole lot of opportunities for people. Once you start, there are events every time now.
Every time,
There are
actually.
events every time. So there are a lot of things to do. We have the drink servers in the event industry. We have the ushers, security. There's a lot. The lights company, the decor company, even if you're not the decorator directly, they've employed a whole lot of people. So you see that, you can see 100 staff working at a wedding. You can see
huge.
100 people working at a wedding. The caterers coming with their staff, the DJs coming with their staff. So they're employing people they're paying people.
They are. That's a full economy.
Yes, it is. No, the event space is bringing a lot of job opportunities to people. Yes.
I know you're very passionate about home, right? And there are things that you seem like you are looking out for, wishing that people will just get it, especially here in Plateau, here in Jos. If you were talking to like a younger version of yourself that lives here and is not sure about what next to do, what would you tell them?
Just that. Really look at what you think is something you love doing and build on it. Build on it. Whatever it is, build on it and be consistent. That's it. But I think that's it.
That's it.
Is it more than that? Do you think there's more to it?
I don't think so.
No, tell me, really.
I think you identify and then begin to take steps.
That's it.
But I think we do have like some taking steps challenge. Right. A challenge with taking steps.
And being
Somehow,
consistent.
And being consistent.
You start and then
you're just like, Kai, it's not yet.
Because the thing is, I think that's one of the problems that a younger version of myself may have is being patient to know that it's a gradual process. So they feel like, I don't know, I don't think that I started off and boom, it was like that. I think it was the consistency. Like, just be patient and keep moving. You will get there. Just be patient and keep moving. But the most important thing is just start. So the fear of starting is the major problem. But once you've started, then I think it's easier. But it's the fear. I don't want to start.
How do you deal with that fear?
How do you deal
because
with the fear?
a lot of people actually have that fear. Like, I know that here, a lot of people are very, very, what's the word now? There's the word, content.
Yes.
Content, that's the word. And while contentment is good, contentment can also make you feel comfortable, but sometimes afraid to dream bigger than the area that you are used to. And that in itself is also fear. How do you?
So I think
how would you fix it?
That's where, like, I think the training. If a younger version of myself wants to be me, meet me, approach me. Yes, and go through trainings. You see maybe a bridal store that you love, or the wedding dresses, and you want to, this is something I love, or I love this designer and all. Approach that person. And then the mistakes, there are a lot of mistakes that I made, or a lot of challenges that I faced all through this planning process. When you train under me and all that, of course, you would learn to avoid them because I'll tell you the stories. Do not do this, do this, and all that. It makes it easier. So meet whoever it is that you see as a mentor or see as, and go through training. Sometimes you can even understudy the person from a distance.
Yeah. So training, mentorship cannot be overemphasized.
It cannot be.
It's like the platform that helps you get out of that fear and realize that this thing is possible.
Yeah.
And really, that's actually what I had in mind when I started doing this podcast, getting people that can come and sit here, and then we can have conversations about the things that they've built, in the bid to get people to see that this person has done it, and the things that I was thinking seem very high and far, somebody else has done it.
Yes.
And I can learn from their stories and begin to just, even if you just follow after some of the things that they've done and look out for the results in my own life and in my own business. If you were to teach a master class from your experiences in 5 minutes, what would you teach?
In the event space.
In the event space, for a young lady who's looking to be better, starting from event space, but even generally, the young, look at it like you were teaching a young plateau girl who is about to get into life as she knows it, either in the event space or just generally.
Or generally, go for what you want.
Okay.
Push for it. Make sure that you're consistent in whatever it is that you're trying to do. Do not give up, because it may look like a lot of people are doing it. Do not give up. Just keep doing it. I cannot overemphasize that.
Yes.
Just keep doing it, consistency and all that. I cannot overemphasize that, to be honest. And mentorship, like we said. Prayers, very important. And then I think that's it. Just be in the right circle who, follow people that you can see what you want in them. And then don't, somehow we're kind of laid back, most especially on the plateau. No, like you see the Lagos people and how I'm not comparing.
Yeah. But no, the thing is, because I've lived there, I know that I think it's like the hustle is real.
So you just need
Here, everybody's nice, everybody's friendly, family is family. There's love. And love is a good thing, but sometimes I think love can also make you feel really comfortable.
just take charge. Yes. So yes, to be honest, just take charge. And Rome was not built in a day.
It was not.
So that's it. That's what I know. So whatever it is, just keep at it. And if an idea comes up,
Go for it.
go for it. To be honest, 601, like I said, was the Just Weddings and Events because Bella Niger may not pick weddings from Just. Bella Niger are not picking weddings from Just. And they're not seeing us. So I wanted us to be seen. So you can think of ideas and explore. Think of ideas and make them work. Discover Just now is a thing.
Yeah.
If you post anything, I'm like, wow, what's he saying? Do you understand?
Yes.
But that's an idea
Yeah.
that would, that is growing into something that you have probably not even imagined.
Yeah. I agree. It's finding a gap. It's filling that gap and ensuring that you're as competent as you can be.
Yes. That's it.
It's profound. Thank you. I think that I have so many things to go back and think on. And I'm sure that everybody listening to this too has a lot of things to think on.
So.
This has been a beautiful conversation. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to probably another conversation with you in the future. But maybe even an event. I don't know. Let me think of one event that I can do with you.
Yes, please.
Yeah, because I think I always have a lot of ideas, but off the top of my head, let's talk after.
Let's talk after.
But thank you so much. I'm really grateful. I think that you've shared a lot of insight that anybody who is getting into any kind of business, but especially in the event space, can easily pick up insights from and then begin to run with it immediately. And so if you have watched this or listened to this up till this moment, I'm sure that you've gained so much insight, so much clarity, so much, in fact, instruction on knowing what exactly to do and what not to repeat. She had shared some of the things from her own stories that went well and some that didn't particularly go well. And all of that is just in the bit to tell you that, hey, if you wait for everything to be 100% perfect, you'll never start, right? You'll never start. But just start. Get started, get that idea, find that opportunity, take that business, take that opportunity, and begin to go at it. The more you keep getting afraid, the more you keep being afraid of what's on the other side, then you'll never know what's on the other side, right? If you keep thinking, oh, there's a monster in the closet, then you in your mind there'll always be a monster in the closet until you've opened the closet and find out that there's actually a world of gifts over there that you've never accessed because you didn't start, right? So I'll leave you with these words, and I'll see you at the very next episode. And I want you to guess who my next guest is going to be. Just guess. Guess. Leave it in the comment section. I'm going to be checking and see how many guesses you can come up with. Okay. Till then, take care. My name is Timothy, and it's always great being with you. See you soon.